Dear friends of Edward, Gordon, Henry, and Thomas, thank you for your kind letters. Here's the new book for which you asked. James, who crashed into the story of Thomas the Tank Engine, settles down and becomes a useful engine. We are nationalized now, but the same engines still work the region. I am glad too to tell you that the Fat Director, who understands our friend's ways, is still in charge, but is now the Fat Controller. I hope you will enjoy this book too. The author.
James was a new engine delivered to the station at the other end of the line. He had 2 small wheels in front and 6 driving wheels behind. They weren't as big as Gordon's, and they weren't as small as Thomas's. The Fat Controller told him,
"You're a special mixed traffic engine. You'll be able to pull coaches or trucks quite easily."
but trucks are not easy things to manage, and on his first day they'd pushed James down a hill into a field. He'd been ill after the accident, but now he had new brakes and a shining coat of red paint. The Fat Controller was quite kind to James.
"The red paint will cheer you up after your accident. You can pull coaches today, and Edward can help you."
So James and Edward went together to find the coaches. Edward knew all about coaches and trucks.
"Be careful with the coaches, James. They don't like being bumped. Trucks are silly and noisy. They need to be bumped and taught to behave, but coaches get cross and will pay you out."
They took the coaches to the platform and were both coupled on in front. The Fat Controller, the station master, and some little boys all came to admire James's shining rods and red paint. James was so pleased. "I'm a really splendid engine. I'm so excited. I feel like going..." James let off steam. The Fat Controller, the station master, and the guard all jumped, and a shower of water fell on the Fat Controller's nice new top hat. Then the whistle blew, and James thought they'd better go. So they went. "Go on, Edward. Shh, 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 shh. Go on, Edward. Shh, 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 shh. Don't push. Don't push. Don't push." Edward didn't like starting quickly. Neither did the coaches. "Don't go so fast. Don't go so fast. Don't go so fast. Don't go so fast." But James didn't listen. He just wanted to run away before the Fat Controller could call him back. He didn't even want to stop at the first station. And Edward had to say,
James, stop at once."
Even so, the 2 coaches in front were beyond the platform before they stopped, and they had to go back to let the passengers out. Lots of people came to look at James, but as no one seemed to know about the Fat Controller's hat, James felt happier. Presently, they came to the junction where Thomas was waiting with his 2 coaches. Thomas was pleased to see James. Hello, James. Feeling better? Yes, thank you. That's right. Ha! That's my guard's whistle. I must be off. Sorry I can't stop. I don't know what that fat controller would do without me to run his branch line. Ta-ra! 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 And off he puffed with his two coaches into a tunnel. Edward and James pulled away from the junction. They passed the field where James had his accident. The fence was mended, and the cows back again. On went James and Edward, through Edward's station yard. And they started to climb the hill beyond. It's ever so steep. It's ever so steep.
I've done it before. I've done it before.
It's steep, but we'll do it.
It's steep, but we'll do it.
And the two engines puffed together as they pulled the train up the long hill. They both rested at the next station, and Edward told James the story of how Gordon had stuck on the hill and he had had to push him up. James laughed so much he got hiccups. He made so much noise he frightened an old lady in a black bonnet, and she dropped all her parcels. Three porters, the station master, and the guard had to run after her, picking them up. James got quieter in his shed that night. He had enjoyed his day, but he was a little afraid of what the fat controller would say about the top hat. Next morning, the fat controller spoke severely to James.
If you can't behave, I shall take away your red coat and have you painted blue. So there.
James didn't like that at all, and he was very rough with the coaches as he brought them to the platform. "Oh, come along, shh! Come along, shh!" And the coaches grumbled, "All in good time, all in good time, bubble, 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 bubble. Oh, stop grumbling and come on! Shh, 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 shh." And James snorted into the station with the coaches grumbling after him. James was cross that morning. "Gordon never fetches his own coaches, and he's only painted blue. Well, a splendid red engine like me should never have to fetch his own coaches." and he puffed and snorted round to the front of the train and backed onto it with a rude bump. Oh, went the coaches. That was too bad. And no one came near James. He felt very lonely. I'll show 'em. They think Gordon is the only engine who can pull coaches. Then the guard blew his whistle. And James started off with a tremendous jerk. Come on, shh, shh, come on, shh, shh, come on, shh, 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 shh. And off he went with the coaches squeaking and groaning. They clattered over the points and out onto the open line. Hurry, 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 shh, 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 hurry, 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 shh, 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 hurry, 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 shh, 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 shh. The coaches didn't like it. You're going too fast, you're going too fast, you're going too fast, you're going too fast. And indeed, the coaches were going so fast that they swayed from side to side. James laughed and tried to go faster, but the coaches wouldn't let him. We're going to stop, we're going to stop, we're going to stop, we're going to stop, we're going to stop. And they stopped. James was very worried. He said to his driver, "What's the matter?" "What's the matter? You might as well ask. The brakes are hard on. There's a leak in the pipe, most likely. You've banged the coaches enough to make a leak in anything." The guard and the driver got down and looked at the brake pipes all along the train. At last they found a hole where the rough treatment had made a joint work loose. The guard said,
Well, how shall we mend it?"
James's driver thought for a moment. "Well, we'll do it with newspapers and a leather bootlace."
Where's the bootlace coming from? We haven't got one."
"Well, we'll ask the passengers." So the guard made everyone get out.
Has anyone got a leather bootlace, please?"
But they all said, "No,
No.
no, no, oh, no."
No.
Except one man in a bowler hat called Jeremiah Jobling, who tried to hide his feet. The guard said,
You have a leather bootlace there, I see, sir. Please give it to me."
And Jeremiah Jobling said, "No, I won't."
"Well, then I'm afraid, sir, I'm very much afraid that this train will have to stop where it is, and it'll be all your fault." Then the passengers all told Jeremiah Jobling what a mean man he was, and at last he gave them his laces. The driver tied a pad of newspapers tightly around the hole, and James was able to pull the train very gently. But he was a sadder and wiser James, and he took care never to bump coaches again.
James didn't see the Fat Controller for several days. They left James alone in the shed. He was very unhappy. Oh dear, I'll never be allowed out any more. I shall have to stay in this shed for always, and no one will ever see my red coat again. Oh dear, oh dear. And James began to cry. Just then the Fat Controller came along.
Oh, I see that you're sorry, James. Well, I hope now that you'll be a better engine. You've given me a lot of trouble. People are laughing at my railway, and I don't like that at all. At all.
I'm very sorry, sir.
Well, that's a good engine. Well done. Now, I want you to pull some trucks for me, so run along and find them.
Oh, very good, sir. And James puffed happily away. Very soon he met a little tank engine. Hello, James. Here are your trucks. Have you got some bootlaces ready, eh? James took no notice, but backed down onto the trucks.
Oh, no, no, oh. We want a proper engine, not a red monster. No.
But James backed onto them and started as soon as the guard was ready. At last, they saw Gordon's hill ahead. James's driver said, "Now, look out for trouble, James. We'll go fast and get them up before they know it. Now, don't let them stop you." So James went faster, and they were soon halfway up the hill. "I'm doing it! Shh, shh, I'm doing it! Shh, shh, I'm doing it! Shh, shh, I'm doing it! Shh, 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 shh." Oh, but it was hard work. Then suddenly there was a jerk, and James got to the top easily. "Oh, I've done it! Shh, I've done it! Shh, I've done it! Shh, I've done it! Shh, hurrah! It's easy now!" But the driver had shut off steam.
Those trucks have done it again, James. We've left our tail behind. Look.
Sure enough, the last 10 trucks were running backwards down the hill. The coupling had snapped. But the guard was very brave. Very carefully and cleverly he made them stop. Then he got out and walked down the line with his red flag. James backed the other trucks carefully down the hill. Well, no wonder it was easy with 10 trucks running away like that. What silly things trucks are. Now, there might have been an accident. Meanwhile, the guard had stopped Edward, who was pulling 3 coaches.
Oh, hello, James. Shall I help you?
No, thank you, Edward. I'll pull them myself.
Good. Don't let them beat you.
So James got ready. Right. And off he went. I can do it, I can do it. Shh, 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 shh. I can do it, I can do it. Shh, 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 shh. I can do it, I can do it. Shh, 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 shh. Edward whistled after him.
You're doing well, James. You're doing fine.
And James struggled up the hill with clouds of smoke and steam pouring from his funnel. I've done it! Shh, I've done it! Shh, I've done it! Shh, I've done it! Shh, 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 shh. And James disappeared over the top. They reached their station safely, and James was resting in the yard when Edward went by.
Well done, James. Well done.
Then James saw, walking towards him across the rails, the fat controller. Oh dear, what will he say? What will he say? But the fat controller was smiling. I was in Edward's train and saw everything. You've made the most troublesome trucks on the line behave. After that, you deserve to keep your red coat. Well done, James. Sometimes Gordon and Henry slept in James's shed, and sometimes they talked of nothing but bootlaces. James tried to talk about engines who got shut up in tunnels and stuck on hills, but they wouldn't listen and went on talking and laughing. Gordon would say,
"You talk too much, little James. Now, a fine strong engine like me is something to talk about. I'm the only engine who can pull the express. When I'm not there, they need 2 engines. Think of that. I've pulled expresses for years and years, and never once lost my way. I seem to know the right line by instinct."
Now, every wise engine knows, of course, that it's the signalman who works the points to make engines run on the right lines, but Gordon was so proud that he'd forgotten. One morning he said,
"Wake up, James. It's nearly time for the express. What are you doing? Odd jobs? Oh, well, we all have to begin somewhere, don't we? Now run along and get my coaches, and don't be late now."
James brought Gordon's coaches to the station. and Gordon backed onto the train. He was showing off like anything.
Make way there. Make way.
The Fat Controller was on the train with other important people. The guard blew his whistle, and Gordon started.
Look at me now. Look at me now. Goodbye, little James. See you tomorrow. Look at me now.
And the coaches glided after him out of the station. James watched the train disappear around the curve. Oh dear, I wish I could pull the express. And then he went back to work. He brought some more coaches to the platform and was just being uncoupled when he heard a mournful, quiet and there was Gordon trying to sidle into the station without being noticed. Hello, Gordon. Is it tomorrow already then? Gordon didn't answer. He just let off steam feebly. Well, did you lose your way, Gordon?
No, I didn't. It was lost for me. I was switched off the main line onto the loop, and I had to go all around and back again.
Perhaps it was instinct, Gordon,
Oh!
Meanwhile, all the passengers hurried to the booking office. Look here, we want our money back.
Yes, we want our money back.
Yes, money back.
Money back.
Everyone was making such a noise that the Fat Controller climbed onto a trolley and blew the guard's whistle.
Now, wait a moment, please. Wait a moment. Now, I promise you a new train if you'll all just keep quiet. Now, Gordon here can't do it, but perhaps James will pull it for us. James?
Oh, yes, sir. I'll try. So James was coupled on and everyone got in again.
Do your best, James.
I will, sir. And off went James. stations and bridges flashed by. The passengers leaned out of the windows and cheered, and soon they reached the terminus. Everyone said, "Thank you, James, thank you, James, thank you, James, thank you, James." And the fat controller said, "Well done, James. Would you like to pull the express sometimes?" "Oh, yes, please." Next day, when James came by, Gordon was pushing trucks in the yard.
Oh, hello, James. I like a bit of quiet work for a change, you know. I'm teaching these trucks manners. You did well with those coaches, I hear. Good. We'll show 'em.
And he gave his trucks a bump, and they went, "Oh, oh, 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 oh." James and Gordon are now good friends. James sometimes takes the express to give Gordon a rest. Gordon never talks about bootlaces, and James never talks about getting stuck on hills, but they both often talk about trucks.